This video is an important one if you're a fan of the channel, and even if you're not a fan of the channel, I think it's important for some people to hear how much things like this are affecting everyone. And by no means am I the first person to talk about how like technology or algorithms are taking over our lives, my life. It's just over the past couple days I've come to the realization that my whole life is pretty much dictated by algorithms and technology. And like everyone complains about doom scrolling and just, spending way too much time you shouldn't be spending on your phone and stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. In my case, particularly, they've infected three parts of my life: my professional life, my personal life, and my mental health life. I don't know, I just wanted to say three parts, it sounded nice. But the realization of the parts of my life that algorithms are infecting has led me back to really my one true passion in this world, which is of course YouTube. I'm at the mercy of algorithms every single day when I'm applying to jobs on job boards that are listing fake jobs. I'm getting jobs recommended to me, and I'm seeing posts from people in the professional world just being the absolute fakest, or just trying to game the LinkedIn algorithm, which is like completely soulless. But also my job, I guess, and the current way that I make money is as a DoorDash driver. I drive every single day, humiliated and honestly hating my life, in hopes that the almighty DoorDash algorithm will bless me with the best possible order that I'm qualified for. And the DoorDash algorithm isn't something that's like heavily studied. It's not even public. It's completely kept under wraps because they don't want to show the drivers how much they're screwing them. And it's not like there's a Mr. Beast of the DoorDash algorithm out there that knows all the tricks. A lot of people claim to. They don't. But that is an algorithm that seemingly punishes you, and they won't admit it. I have to deal with that on a daily basis while I'm trying to make ends meet and make my rent every month. And all the while, whenever I get any free time between dashes, or the couple hours of free time I might have when I get home, I'm just blasting out resumes to all these job listings and creating alternate resumes and hopes that there's enough keywords that this particular company, with whatever particular algorithm they're using, will pull my application and give me a chance. And while I wait to hear back from these jobs and DoorDash 29, 30 days in a month, it's very clear to you guys that I'm not uploading as many videos as you would like, and definitely not as many as I would like. And the reason for that is because I've been so focused on what's, gonna do well. I've been trying to create content that caters to an algorithm rather than content I enjoy making, or content you enjoy seeing, really. And I've decided I'm done waiting to make the next video, and I'm done stressing about whether or not the next video essay is going to hit the algorithm, or whether or not I should even make video essays in the first place, or if I should go back to commentaries, or maybe commentaries aren't the way to go because they don't get as many views. How is a cut commentary or a COD commentary gonna do in the big 25? That's not something that's algorithmically friendly, and the thumbnails certainly aren't. But I'm done stressing about that stuff. I want to make what I want to make. Over the past year, I've stressed time and time again about my audience and who's out there and why they watch me. I uploaded around 50 cut comms to 100 subscribers before my first video essay blew up to 500,000 views, and suddenly I had thousands of people who wanted video essays. So I stopped uploading the commentaries and started working exclusively on video essays. And one day I just decided to talk about my experience with cancer, and that one blew up to 400,000 views. And suddenly I gained around 10,000 subscribers from that video. And I wasn't sure whether or not those were sympathy subscribers because I had cancer, or if they wanted more commentary videos, or if they wanted video essays. I tried both approaches and it just didn't work. It didn't work in the sense that I didn't get a ton of views or hit the algorithm in the way that I wanted, and I didn't have an idea of who my audience was. And I stressed about that time and time again, and each time I stressed about it, there was more and more time in between each upload. Since my last video essay, I tried to make more commentary videos, and I stopped again for the same reason. And I also tried to make videos that were more, edited, but not necessarily video essays, because I didn't have to script them so much. I deleted almost all of my old commentary videos off this channel and uploaded them on a separate one, and left just video essays here. And I again was doing it for algorithmic reasons. I thought that if my video essay content is here and the commentary content is there, it would be overall better for the algorithm. And I'm pretty sure it is, but I don't care anymore. I'm sick of worrying about it, and I'm sick of what I do with this channel or any channel being completely dictated by an algorithm. When I was watching YouTube growing up, I was watching a bunch of guys my age, maybe younger, maybe older, that played the same game as me or wanted to share a student film they were working on or something. People were making the videos that they wanted to make for no other reason than they wanted to. These were the people I grew up watching, and a good amount of those people were making videos just like this, literally commentating over Call of Duty and talking about what's going on in their life or their takes on something that people can relate to. That's just what I resonate with. I like this style of content. I like telling stories. I like talking to you guys. Sometimes I'm a little bit of a yapper, and I like talking about things that the people around me don't want to hear about. Maybe you guys want to hear about them. Maybe you want to learn more about me. Maybe you want to hear my stories. The point is, I wasn't doing this style of content because I thought it wouldn't work in 2024, 2025. Now, I think, I'm maybe a little full of delusion, but I'm definitely sure I, want to keep the tradition alive in some sense. Not necessarily do the same things as the people that I grew up watching, but doing my own thing through this medium. Like I said, I might be delusional, but I'm not willing to accept that the time has passed for this style of content and that's it. I know in my bones that it can grow into something not just with people that are nostalgic, but with new people and maybe adults that never watched this kind of stuff in the first place, or kids that were my age when I started watching this content. The point of it all is to be authentic. There's a bunch of channels in the faceless COD commentary niche, I guess, that just talk about nostalgia over and over again. I don't want to do that. They all end up talking about the same things over and over, and about how things are never going to be the same and corporate America sucks, and eventually they get into money-making advice or dating advice or whatever. No hate on those guys. I just don't care for that, and I'm not going to do that. Again, I'm only interested in making videos I want to make and connecting with you guys. Also, I don't think every video is going to be just like this. I don't think it's going to be, with a face cam or with no face cam, or always COD, or always a story, and we're always talking about a current event. Like I said, I just want to use this medium to connect with you guys and sort of find my lane as time goes on. And I'm not even saying that the video essays are going to go away entirely either. I'm still going to make those eventually when I feel passionately enough about something to make a video essay about. Those are some of the hardest videos to make when you feel nothing. And I've definitely made one or two just to make a video essay, not necessarily because I cared. I don't want to do that anymore. I have to remind myself that this is YouTube, and I have to remind myself of the YouTube I grew up with, and that was the platform that made me wish to be a YouTuber. I think YouTube is supposed to be about you, and that's really what I want going forward. I want my content to represent me and not necessarily a format. So I think it's about time that you guys learned a little bit more about me and I, properly introduce myself. I'm Julian, and this is my channel. I'm a 23-year-old DoorDasher who's been broke pretty much his whole life, and all I've ever wanted to do was this. I grew up playing my brother's old video games, watching them and watching my friends play video games. Eventually that led to watching other people play video games on YouTube, and that's really where I became inspired and found the stuff that I wanted to do for the rest of my life. Whether or not I get to that point is another thing entirely, but I think you'll find that in my best moments, I'm completely delusional, and that's probably why I've achieved the highest highs that I've achieved. Speaking of highest highs, it's probably right that I mentioned my lowest low. When I was a senior in high school, I was diagnosed with cancer and I beat it, but in the process I learned a lot about life, and my perspective on everything changed. In a lot of ways, I became very selfish with my time and how I spent it, because I learned not through only my experience, but also the experience of people I knew that were going through the same thing at the time, that life is precious and you only have one, and you need to make the most out of that one. As cheesy as it sounds, it's true, and I'm done wasting any more time. I've said it a million times. This is what I've always wanted to do. So now I'm going to act at it. I'm going to go after it, and I'm going to do it the way that I want to, the way that I'm supposed to, the way that's most authentic to me. And I hope you guys join me on the ride. But yeah, that's it.